We turn our attention now to the senior category for Groups A versus C. At the moment, Costoya leading the intermediate classifications, 188 points to his name. It's going to be an interesting one to deal with. Here we go then. Engines fire up. Drivers make their way out onto the circuit. Let's take you through that full starting lineup. Kenzo Craigie and Thibaut Ramekers on row number 1 with a switch of sides. Kenzo Craigie will go from the outside of row 1. Jesse Phillips and Mariana Lopez will go from row 2 with Peter Siller and Roman Kamyab on row 3. Row number 4 sees Jacob Mikulev and Scott Marsh. They'll have Vladimir Ivanikov and Davide Bataro on row number 5. Ivanikov with the brand new set on the left-hand side. Row 6 sees Noah Wolf and Toby Gale. Noah Wolf, who had a breakdown earlier on, will be starting this one with also a brand new set of tyres on the left-hand side. Row 7, Jensen Burnett will be joined by Vilma Svan. They'll have Jakub Kamenek and Simon Bulbarella on row number 8. Jorn Helder and Luna Flusha go from row number 9. Flusha also with a brand new set of tyres on the left-hand side.
On row number 10, we have Klara Kovalcic as well as Hella Hakkinen. Row number 11, Thomas Prodi and Dean Pedersen, Senna Meunier and Hugo Martin. Row number 12, row number 13, Makar Savalev and Karl Lutart. Filippo Sala, Sebastian Mins, row 14, row 15, François Kördal and Fim Devrunov. And at the back end, row number 16, Massimo Torrigino, as well as Roberto Rendero Sarghetta, Libason, Nawin Natifanan on row number 17, and Elias Hagen running up the top positions, the full grid that we have here on track, and a couple of contenders on the second part of the grid, putting on new tires as well. Is the case of, as you've seen, Nati Fanan, Rendero Sarghetta, Devrunov, Sebastian Mins, as well as Kördal, Torrigino, and Elias Hagen, all with the new slick tires on the left side. Everybody going left for this race once again. And as you mentioned, Anthony, 2 of them in the upper echelon, in Noah Wolf and Vladimir Yanikov. That's going to be an interesting one as well. And as you can see, mechanics and fans getting themselves ready on the sideline as well. I had a chance to go around the track yesterday. You can actually walk and cycle surrounding the entire layout, which is not always the case on Cartodromos. This one provides a lot of space for the public and friends to gather.
Plenty of place to watch us from then, as we are not going racing. We're going round again. It's another false start then for the senior category. And, well, I didn't really see what was causing that one, to be fair. So I'm sure Martin Bean, who's got a prime view of the start of that one, is right over the track at the start of those races. And, yeah, he did not like how that one looked and sends them round again. So that gives us a bit of time to go over the intermediate classification just a little bit at this point. Obviously, we are in Groups A versus C. We'll be going into the final rotation of qualifying heats after this race. That'll have Groups D and E, then A and F, then B and C. That's the last chance all these drivers will have to put points on the board. That's going to be the most vital races of the weekend. For this one, Groups A and C, this is their penultimate chance to score points. So for anyone who's at the sharp end of this one, i.e. Craigie, Phillips, Ramekers, Lopez, Stiller, Kamyab, this is all a chance as drama has happened. This is Ella Hakkinen off the circuit, and there is the 220 as well. MP Racing, Jorn Helder out of this race before it's even started. How does that even happen on a formation lap? I've no idea.
Turn number 10.
And that is drama at turn 10. We are racing, and it is a good start for Craigie on the outside. Where, though, is Mariano Lopez going to end up? He did not get the getaway. He slotted down quite significantly here. Remember, Ramekers is effectively the points leader. He has 150 points to his name, 3 wins under his belt. This race is his 4th and penultimate race, with one more later on today. Can he come away with maximum points? Or right now, he's there in 2nd place and has not been able to attack Kenzo Craigie just yet, who maintains control of the lead of this race. Jesse Phillips there in 3rd, as he's got another one of the VDKs of Peter Stiller closing in. They're out of the race. That's going no further. That's a huge shame there for Klara Kovalcic. Yes, it is indeed the current Public Motorsport driver of Poland out of this race.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. And again, a couple of drivers not understanding each other even before the race got going. Now, Kenzo Craigie, Thibaut Ramakers. That's the battle for the ages, certainly, between the VDK driver and last year's junior world champion. New addition in Champions of the Future. That's his first season at this level for Kenzo Craigie. Has 2 wins to his name, while Thibaut Ramakers has 3. Just as Christian Kostoya, around the inside goes one of the Birel further back of Venus Van and Vladimir Ivanikov battling along. The 272 further back as well on your screens. Filippo Sala climbing 5 places up to 22nd, knocking on the door of that top 20 after a weekend certainly difficult for the young Italian. But now with one of the VDKs, Peter Stiller, once again doing great things in the upper part of the classification, putting the chase and putting the pressure on JC Phillips in third, behind Ramakers and Craigie. So now Christian Kostoya, 3 wins to his name. The young Spaniard will be back on track, but only towards the end of this afternoon. So he's watching along to see how his close rival for the win this weekend are doing. And Thibaut Ramakers certainly the one to watch. He's willing to take a 4th win. Oh dear. And drivers, someone actually has gone off just a little bit outside of turn number 4. That is the 251 by the look of it. One of the Parolines into trouble. Look at the position of the nose cone and the wheel.
Oh, wow.
Look at what happened there.
That has been driven over, if I've ever seen it. And that is that Matvei Durganov there? I think, no, I'm not too sure who that is actually at the moment. It said Durganov on the back of the suit, but I don't think it's his. But that is absolute drama there. We'll see who tumbles down the order. But right now, rest of the field going through and still holding on firmly at the sharp end of this field. And there it was. No, it was Efim Durganov. Sorry, Efim Durganov, where I was getting confused, who has had that drama. Yeah, and he's out of the race. And something tells me that might have been with Carl Luthart, because he's also tumbled down the order. So a big shame there for those two. But that's a lot of damage that Durganov has picked up on that kart. Eyes on this. Well, Ramakers is losing touch with Kenzo Craigie. Jesse Phillips is knocking on the door here of Thibaut Ramakers and is looking for a potential move down the inside somewhere, but not doing it into that final corner. Now, for Ramakers, he is still in the lead of that intermediate classification. However, he doesn't want to lose any more points than he currently is doing so, because, of course, Kostoya there with 188 will be in line to really pick up the points here if he could take the lead of this one. Craigie does step up to 5th in the points now, being here ahead of Phillips's P6 with 159. But again, they're still quite a significant way off the Ramakers and Kostoya battle right now. You can see that Kelleher is still there as well, ahead of Kinmark. Craig is still there also as Jaka Cabernet, oh dear me, it's all kicking off there in the background. That is Luna Flusha, who has got a brand new set of tyres on her car on the left-hand side, grinding to a halt. So that's the 275. Hugo Marti out of the race, not good at all. And that is a big moment for him in this race. Eyes on the rest though, it is still going strong. Lap number 6 now for the field. Craigie still in control of this race. And Noah Wolf, as you can see, within the top 10, the only one with new tyres on the left side, picking up places up to P9. The rest not quite able to make it work just yet, climbing a couple of positions within the mid-pack. Scott Marsh, the fastest on track at the moment from P6, as we keep a close watch on the formation of drivers there, with Peter Stella being chased by Scott Marsh, as we said, the fastest, Lopez, Van Wolf, Kanyab, Justin Burnett making his way past Toby Gale for P11. A couple of good climbers as well. Sebastian Mins, after picking up a penalty earlier. Here's a look down at what happened to FM Dirnov. Look at the position of the steering wheel, completely bended. If that is a rear tyre mark I've seen on a NASA panel, that is quite considerable amount of damage there. And Carolyn's going to have a lot of work there to get that one race ready for later on today. Thankfully, I hope Efim Durdanov is okay. They're out of the race. Semior going no further. Again, a DNF for him. No further. Yeah, it's been a really torrid weekend for him, as Luna Flusha now sets the fastest lap of the race. Is currently in P16 behind Simon Bulbarella, who's circulating in P15. Replay here. This is 4th place, Kart Republic. Jacob Mikulev down the inside. Nicely done. And Jesse Phillips having to fight back at that point, and he has done so, but he's there in 4th place at this moment in time. Train forming pretty nicely over the course of the field. There is Roman Kamiab going through in 10th place. He's not had the race he wanted on this one, down 4 places at the moment, but he is there in the top 10 still, so still in a good position right now. Scott Marsh behind Phillips now as they head down in towards turn number 10. 7 I should say, but no changes for the field just as of yet, as it stayed relatively calm. I'll knock on wood here, Guillaume, but relatively calm for the front runners at the moment.
Yeah, the early stages give us some drama once again, but as you said, as for now, a little bit of observation time. The drivers certainly waiting for the right opportunity to kick one door open and to go for the move. That's certainly what goes through line of Jesse Phillips chasing Jacob Micallef into the chicane with Peter Stiller closing in. He's trying to. And we have Lopez, Van and Noah Wolf, as well as Roman Kanyab, all within distance. Going over the curb, up the crest, into turn number 6, and different racing lines. Jesse Phillips is really threatening Jacob Micallef as for now, as De Birel on the inside, as Wilme Svan on Mariano Lopez for P7. As Svan is fighting back, beautifully made now, as Wolf, finding his way through. Wolf driving one of the Birel by VAR, anonymous Ford in partnership with the Italian factory there. But the checkered flag is getting near, so there won't be much time remaining as the 2 leaders coming across in front of us. Kenzo Craig, Thibaut Ramaker still split by 6/10 of a second. Has run inside in turn number 1. Once again, beautiful move by one of the RFM. This is Roman Kayab on famous Van for P9. That's what we like to see. That was clean, proper, limited risk taken. A bit of space needed, obviously, in that kind of maneuver, but at those speeds, reaching over 120 km/h, the drivers kind of understand each other that if one goes for the move, the other has to let him through, as just one of the Fusions, Jesse Phillips, the 344, dives on the inside of Jacob Micallef. That's for P3, as Scott Marsh is willing to do the same.
The sun bursts out from behind a cloud there onto the drivers, as now goes Scott Marsh down the inside of Jacob Micallef. He's got through now. Peter Stiller wanting to get through now as well, and each and every one of those overtakes is bringing Noah Wolf into play now. Mariano Lopez just behind. Roman Kamiab there from Jensen Minette, Vilma Swan and Jakub Kamenek still locking out the top 12 for the time being. But Scott Marsh is still under pressure, and he's left the door wide open for Jacob Micallef to go back down the inside. Here comes Peter Stiller. He's on the outside. Surely he can't go the long way round. He's going to have to look for the switch over. He cannot get that either. And now Noah Wolf has come back into play now.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Watch out from the Wolf, as he's going to try to go either right or left on Peter Stiller. Left could be an option into the double left end of 12 and 13. Oh, it seems to me that Scott Marsh is losing momentum. Yes, indeed. Let's run the inside. Oh, contact!
Oh,
those two coming together. Peter Stiller and Noah Wolf. And Stiller is raging. Noah Wolf was trying to go around the inside, clipping the wheel. Those two almost got stuck once again, and I think that's race done. Yes, it is for Noah Wolf. Peter Stiller was able to continue, but dropping all the way down at the back end of the field is still with us, but P12 only.
Oh, that is absolutely disastrous. Stiller's gone down to 19th place now, as this is still unfolding here. Jakub Kamenek trying to push his way through on fellow Fusion teammates here. Let's have a look at it again. So Stiller's gone down the inside of Scott Marsh. Here comes now Wolf. It's a late move. He's not fully alongside and just rides on that rear bumper. And oh my goodness me. Oh, the water's come out. The pipes come off. That is all the water's come out of Peter Stiller's car there. He's going to have to retire that, because that is going to be an engine seize if I've seen one. The temperature will be skyrocketing now. Where is Peter Stiller? He's tumbling down to 23rd place now. I think he is still circulating, though. That's the concern. He is still circulating, chicane, and he's going through the chicane now. Final lap board is out. Ramakas is in the lead of this race. He's got past Kenzo Craigie.
Wow.
What happened there? We were looking at replays there, but seemingly he did that while we weren't looking. Ramaker's going through. More dramas
come
here as Luna Flush is getting tangled up with Filippo Sala and others as well around the Tom Pradier area. Ramaker's does get his 4th win out of 5 ahead of Kenzo Craigie. But where did that overtake happen? I honestly don't know.
Wow, that's a surprise.
To be honest.
Yeah. We left Pitlish right here in the box because as we were paying attention to the incident between Peterson and Noah Wolf, well, it turns out that the 0.6 of a second between Ramakers and Craigie were not sufficient for the Prema driver to make it through the checkered flag and pick up what would have been win number 3, but instead, well, Thibaut Ramakers was there just to give one last charge. Talking about charging, the best climber into this field, Sebastian Minz, climbing a total of 16 positions up into the 12th place. But what a race, a lot of drama, a lot of moves and unfortunate turns of event for some of the drivers out there. Thibaut Ramakers picking up win number 4, 200 points, the maximum he can take so far for the Belgian. Kenzo Craigie having to make do with 2nd place from JC Phillips, Jacob Mikhalev, Scott Marsh, Jenson Bennett, Roman Kamiak, Vilnius Van, Jakub Kaminik, Vladimir Javonikov running up your top 10. 11th place for Toby Gale from Sebastian Minz, Luna Flusha, Filippo Sala, Thomas Pradier, Davide Botaro, Simon Bulbarella,